what is one of the positive changes we can put in this modern dating about love and money? What are the new things we can put that are positive, so that yes, we have complained. He complained. He talked about bringing in your 100 and she bringing in her own 100. So, what are those positive ways we can be able to give in this modern dating, so that we can make sure that the dating is? He's raising his hand.
When we talk about marriage, money in relationship or marriage, it always seems as though we're referring to the man. God never limits making money to the man. So it's left for a woman to up their game. If you're saying what keep marriage those days doesn't work anymore, when the mothers are always at home and the men take pride in providing. I know is men, even at this modern age, men also take pride in providing. That's their core responsibility. But as a woman, you must add value to yourself. A man cannot just ask a woman who has half of the properties at home to pack and go easily. He will think twice. So as you're adding value to yourself, you add value to your marriage.
The question of money is something that's really important. But I like us to have the right perspective to it. You're talking about what we can do differently with regards to money and the money hustle in relationships. Number one, let's even understand something. That money is never about money. I'll say it again, money is never about money. Money is about priorities. The real issue in relationships, whether dating, whether marriage, it's not the absence of money, because the truth of the matter is that while someone has a promise and has potential, money will come. The real issue, documented over time, is how that money is spent. So money is about priorities. It's about what you consider important. At the heart of it, the woman says to herself, I don't see the value you place on me in the way you spend. I don't feel like I'm core of priority to you. And if you understand what priority means, it's not what feels good, it's not what feels right. Priority really is what you can't do without. In other words, do your spending habits reflect that you can't do without this person? Because it's foolhardy to earn X amount and then you spend frivolously or without discipline, and then we are under pressure to pay mortgage. Now, I'm long suffering and I'm going to be there with you and we'll go through it, but I'm not going to forget that if you had only just cut back on some spending 6 months ago, 8 months ago, we will not be in this situation right now. That's the pressure that comes. Those that are not married may not understand it. If you're really seriously dating, not just wakapas relationship, if you're truly, then you understand what I'm saying. It's not about the lack of. Everybody in this room is enterprising enough to make $1, a pound, or a naira. And I hope it's not just a naira you're making. Everyone here is. The question is, how do you spend? What, just so you know, what are the issues that men have? 99% will tell you she will blow the money on this, on that. Again, it's a function of priority. He said something that people snuffed up, but it's very funny. It's hard to walk someone that owns half of the property. You just made yourself relevant enough to stay in the game. So let's not look at it's about money for the sake of finance. No, it's for the sake of what are you investing in? What are you prioritizing? In other words, where do we align on this? Once that alignment brings about multiplied momentum. So you can save together, spend together, decide on what the spending is, see who gives approval for what spending, be able to find even ways to create more, realistically speaking. Misalignment brings about, I don't like how she spends money. So what then happens is that when you have money, you don't let her know. Am I talking to real people here? Yeah. And then when you have money, you don't let him know. You're already a house divided. And then guess what? One division, just like a little crack that is unattended to, becomes a canyon 6 years from now. So it starts like this. In 2 years, it's like this. Nobody even knows how it started. all you now know is that you are unable to deal with the issues there. So bottom line is, fix your priorities. The most critical thing that must happen in any relationship, whether it's with money or anything, is get to your place of alignment. Every other thing flows from there.